What's up, everyone? Me and Sal here with the Ric Flair of comics at the Library of Comics, Uncle Gary. What are we here for, Sal? What are we celebrating?
I think we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Justice League of America.
Well, the 50th anniversary of Uncle Gary when he started his comic journey.
And the first issue I got was Justice League of America. Justice League of America first appeared in late December 1959. So they're a little bit older than me even. So
wow.
I think let's start with the first book that got you
Genesis
book.
hooked.
Yes.
So a big deal is this is the 50th anniversary of me collecting comics, and I never stopped. Not for a second, not for a day, not for a minute. I never stopped collecting. That's how you amass 59,200 and something, according to my CLZ. But the first book that I ever got was this book right here. Now, this is a beat up copy. This is my Genesis book. This is Justice League of America 111. This book hit the newsstands on February 7th, 1974. So I have to believe I got this book in the spring, I want to think, because they would be on the spinner racks for a while.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But I think the proper time to acknowledge the 50th anniversary is when the book did hit the spinner rack.
I agree.
Hit the shelf. So that's why we're doing this. So this is a big deal year for me. I've been looking forward to having my 50th anniversary of collecting. That's a long time to be collecting. And this was my first book. I love the Justice League of America so much that I went back and got the previous 110 issues to have, and that was the first big series that I ever completed. So, and gosh, I've had that completed. If I've been collecting 50 years, that series may have been completed for 40 years.
Nice.
I mean, I did that much work on it. Now, before we start looking, we'll look at all 261 issues of JLA Volume 1. But before we do that, a slight precursor. We need to show these. These are three big boy books, especially this one.
Okay.
This is Brave and the Bold 28. This is the very first appearance of the Justice League of America. Hit the newsstands in late December 1959. It's got a date stamp on there.
That's nice.
Don't go running off with that.
Yeah, I'll be able to tell which book this is. Yeah. So anyway, this is a beautiful raw copy. I like raw dog, baby.
Yes, you do.
But
awesome.
Sal, you're our expert here. If that was slab, that's a pretty good grade on that.
That is a very good book cover
Because they don't take off. They don't take off for those date stamps.
They
right?
do not.
They do not.
No, they do not.
They do not.
I was going to say one thing that was pretty
good.
cool, like you said, how they would leave the books on the racks for a couple months.
Yep.
If you saw a book that you liked, you could go out and just right off there be like, "Oh, I'll buy two or three
Yep.
Spider-Man books because they're all there."
And that's one reason why the cover date on this is March.
Mm-hmm.
Hit the newsstands in late December. They want the retailers to hang. That's still current.
Yeah,
That's still current. You don't need to move that. So that's one reason. So that was Brave and the Bold 28.
Yes.
Here's 29. And at the time, Brave and the Bold was a tryout book. And so they'd have a feature sold really well. It would graduate to its own book. Showcase was also the same way. So
now that's even cleaner than that one almost.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, that's a really great copy.
I like that cover.
That is a great cover. This cover is not this copy is not in as good a shape with the other two, but you know what? I'm good with it. This is Brave and Bold 30. Also the first appearance of Amazo.
I was gonna say it's funny looking at how they drew Amazo's face, how he looks like an old man.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's show this one off here first.
Yep.
There you go.
So there's what we have to have as precursors for our JLA is 28, 29, 30.
Yep.
Now, a little story I like to tell too for all of you Marvel fans. Without this book right here, JLA 28, and there may not be a Marvel universe because the legend is that Leibowitz, the DC publisher, and the Marvel publisher Goodman were playing around the golf, and the DC publisher was bragging about the sales of his new team book, that it went through the roof. Right. And Goodman goes back to Marvel, who at the time has got, the guy that was doing everything at Marvel was Stan Lee, and he was getting ready to leave the company. He was kind of disillusioned, kind of burned out on comics. And Goodman tells Stan, "We need a team book. We need some kind of superhero team. Do it." And Stan, according to legend, tells his wife, and they talk about it. And he's thinking about leaving the comic industry. And she says, "Why don't you just do a book the way you would like to do a book?" And that book is FF #1.
That's
Fantastic Four #1, and bam, they're off and running, right?
Yeah, that's
Hey
right.
Gary, as a side note, what's your run of Fantastic Four?
Oh, the Unbroken Run?
The Unbroken Run,
Yeah.
from every issue without any gaping holes.
No gaping holes.
No gaping holes?
No gaping holes.
Starts at 1. Yeah, sorry.
And what does it go to?
Last week?
last week, yeah, whatever last week's is. That's right. Volume 1, I think, went to, I want to say 416, maybe.
That sounds right.
Or 502.
502.
I think it's 502.
502.
So I have all volume, but I have all the other volumes too. That's
true.
why I keep buying these books, because when they want to do that. So we started. So now we've seen the big dogs. We'll put them right there.
We'll just put those in the backpack over
You put
there.
those- yeah,
Just
okay.
for safekeeping.
And it's valuable. And to me, even though it's not worth a damn thing, that 111 is.
Yeah, no,
is-
well, that's the one that that your grandfather bought for you.
yes, it is.
Mhm.
Yep.
So, yep.
1980, and I think it was $180. So
It's one of those things I think for a lot of comic collectors have that book. Like it's not worth anything to anyone else, but it's worth the world to them.
Yeah.
Right.
Because of whatever memories or his personal history
Nostalgia.
are attached to it.
Right.
So I have probably, and I'm also nostalgic for the 100-pagers that were
Yes.
coming out in that day.
Yes.
So there was about a dozen of those that I had from that era, and I still have them, which are great. I've upgraded them. Like I have a great copy of that. You'll see when we get there. But I'm nostalgic for the 100-pagers, and now I have every DC 100-pager except that was ever done from the whole line, except for the romance books. And damn it, if I'm not going to go out and get the romance, there's like 16 of the romance ones. I'm going to get.
Gotta do it.
All right.
Too.
This is another big boy book. So we'll show Dan, and then we'll pass it to Sal so you can show the camera. That's JLA #1, famous cover. I've got tape on the spine, but it still presents very well. And I'm not going to try to get a upgraded copy because.
And there's one thing I noticed about that too. One glaring thing. About that. Let's see if Sal. I know we've talked about it before. See if you notice it. I noticed it right away.
So you got the empty chair for Adam?
No, there's
not
there's no issue number on it.
Oh, there's no issue number on it. That's right, because back there they didn't want an issue number on it because they didn't want another new comic.
Well, they didn't want to issue 1, because
they wanted another new comic book to sell.
Well, it's the the realtors or the when they go to the drugstores and all. Usually the guy getting there, he goes, I don't want any new books. You just keep sending me what you've been sending me. And if it doesn't have a 1 on it, it's not a new book, right?
It's not a new book.
Yeah. So the ones that had other issues, yeah.
So this has an empty chair.
Well, there are two Justice Leaguers that aren't there.
Right.
Superman and Batman.
Right.
So they were members of the league.
Mhm.
They just aren't on the cover. They're right here actually.
Right. They're on the
Chess
chessboard.
pieces. Yeah. So that was first Despero when his fin was this way. Later on, he got the mohawk fin.
And is that what I was going to say? Is
Their
that what
styles
goes?
change all the time.
Yes.
Is that what goes into like when you look at Brave and the Bold? The logo for that book is very small. The Justice League logo is very big, so that when they
Right.
start giving them these books, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I recognize
You
that.
know what?
That logo looks similar."
That may be a part of it. That's very well that the Brave and the Bold has the smaller masthead. And let's say this about the logo. I think this is one of the greatest logos ever.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
The classic JLA shield.
Yep.
So here we go. We'll go with #2, and then we'll pass it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep. So we're all partaking of this, and
I like how the colors are in the background.
yeah.
Really.
Yep. So we'll show Sal and let Sal show the
Yes.
TV. I guess I should show the TV first and then hand to you. The
That's
TV, the video. Look, they
But
didn't
yeah,
bring
like-
me here for my tech skills.
But yeah,
Show
like
the
Superman
camera.
and Batman were like they were technically part of the league, but they were just kind of not really reserve members, but they weren't like appearing in
Right,
the book.
because
they were just
they had their own books and they weren't thrown. So here's the first appearance of Kanjar Row. We'll
Yeah.
I'll pass it to Dan, and then we'll pass it to Sal. It's JLA 3, Slave Ship of Space. I did that on Comic Character of the Day
Right.
not long ago when Kevin chose Kanjar Row.
Yep.
All right. So it's a cool black cover.
That is. That's nice. This way. And there we go. There we are. Very cool.
All right. This is #4, The Doom of the Star Diamond. This is when Green Arrow joins the team.
the first non-founder to join the team.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Back when he had the Robin Hood costume.
I like it. Still pretty cool.
Yeah.
Here's the story you've been
Just
waiting
one.
for. All right, I'll give you a
Yeah.
close up of that. That's nice. Boop, there we go. Still,
right.
this is really in high grade shape as well.
It's pretty nice. It's got some issues by the staples.
By the staples,
but it
still.
presents well.
Mm-hmm.
Issue 5, and this is the first appearance of Dr. Destiny.
Dr. Destiny.
Yep.
I love the expression on Green Lantern's face there. Oh,
Yep. Whoa. It's like a guy that doesn't fly.
yep. Oh, and that's got Superman and Batman on there with him.
Yep. Yep. So we're.
Because how was it they explained it in the day then? Like Superman and Batman were part of the league, but
They were part of the league, but they were just usually tied up on other missions.
Yeah.
So that's why. But it was a way to highlight these other characters that weren't.
Well, there's crime in Gotham. Batman is
Yep.
busy. All right.
I should have pulled out the other All-Star I forgot, but I have the All-Star comics that this is an homage to.
Wow, that's a great cover.
Yeah, so that's the first appearance of Amos Fortune. Yeah. So beautiful blues on that.
Nice.
And remember, whatever history DC changed it to post-crisis, it was Wonder Woman that was a founder of the league, not Black Canary.
Right, but that's even been retconned out.
Yeah, that's been
the
retconned
retcon
too.
has been retconned.
Yeah.
Which makes things hard, doesn't it? Here we go. Now this is one everybody wants, a Funhouse cover. This is number 7.
Yeah.
The retcon has been retconned and redacted.
Yep.
Yeah, it's where
Good
Wonder
luck.
Woman turned into Big Bertha and Flash turned into the Thinker and Green Lantern turned into Elongated Man and Green Arrow turned into Puck
Yep.
and Aquaman's looking at him like they're a bunch of idiots.
Yep.
Uh-huh. There you go.
So let's see. That's 9. So we're going to move next to number 8.
Got a lot of glare on that one, but
Yeah. For sale, the Justice League.
Oh, they're for sale?
For sale.
Okay.
For sale.
What year did that one come out?
These are early. These are all early 60s.
All right, so between
It's
Green
like 61
Arrow,
or 62.
I'm sure I'll know the answer.
62.
I'm sure I'll know the answer. But between Green Arrow, Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, Aquaman, Green Lantern, and Flash, if you had the chance to buy a Justice Leaguer, who is it that you're picking?
Come on, who do you think I'm picking? Come on, who do you think I'm picking? I'm picking GL, baby.
Oh, I was thinking something salacious. I was like Wonder Woman.
That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
yeah.
I'm picking GL, baby.
Okay. This is the origin of the JLA. So this is JLA 9. This is the origin of the book. And for you that read 200,
Yes.
this will be very familiar. to
Yeah,
you.
yeah. That's a nice classic cover too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the DC covers at the time were very, very well produced. You know, the Marvel covers were like, let's put on a show, punk rock covers, right?
Yeah.
Where it was kind of scratchy, kind of just out there. Where the DCs were this well-run machine at this point. So there's 9, and this will complete the first 10 issues. And it's Felix Faust with some finger.
And that's a good one because
it's
it's got all the original, plus Green Arrow, plus the honorary original leaguer Snapper Carr. That's this is like the first cover that's got all of them together on it, right?
Well, it's because he had so many fingers.
Yeah.
They're filling fingers in.
So is this the first appearance of
Felix Faust.
Yeah, is it?
Yep, sure is.
It's almost like a horror cover.
Yeah.
Yep.
It does kind of remind you of something like the Spectre would do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And now this is number 11. This is first appearance of Ebenezer, Wrath, and Gast, and these were guys brought by Felix Faust. So this was a 2-part story. So in JLA, the Nail, it was funny that they were part of that. Or was it a more recent book? I read something recently where it was fun to see these guys brought back in.
Yeah.
I think it might have been the Nail because that was
Yeah.
one of the cool things about that is, seeing Alan Davis did a good job of taking some of these,
feel like my
obscure
hair bells
characters
are-
from
You're doing great.
from Justice League.
All right, so here's number 12. First appearance, Dr. Light.
Dr. Light.
Dr. Light. So who was when he first came out, he was a villain that was
He was a credible threat.
formidable.
Yeah.
And then he got passed off to where he was like a Teen Titans villain,
Yeah.
and then became a bit of a joke. And then Identity Crisis made him not a joke, and Identity Crisis also explained why he became
Yeah.
a joke.
Which was, I'm not always a fan of them doing retcons, but that was one where it was a ret. I find it interesting too. Like I'm someone that when I put all, whenever I buy books and I put them in, like I'm, very OCD the way I have it. Like I don't leave any of the labels on. I just have them in the bag and boards. I've noticed in your collection that you'll leave it in the bag and board that has whatever the price tag on it is.
Yep. And sometimes I will put them on the back.
Yeah.
But sometimes I haven't moved them yet. But it's nice to know what I paid for it or what I was close to paying for it. So, I don't usually. Most of these I'd never paid the full price for it, but that's what they're worth at the time. Okay, so this is number 14. We get our second JLA new recruit, and that's the Atom.
Yep.
That's the Menace of the Atom Bomb.
Great cover.
I got that confused with the other one. I thought the Atom was still on the other one.
One thing too, when you look at the covers of with these costumes of it, I think it speaks to the design sense that these creators had, that some of these comic costumes change a lot over the years, but some of these costumes, the Flash, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, the Atom, like these costumes have not changed that much since what they originally were. There'll be a little, they have changed some, and there's a little tweaks in them here and there, but for the most part, they're the costumes are what they were when they were first introduced.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And this is a high grade copy. This is a very high grade copy.
That's pretty good.
Because that was something too in that Justice League 200. One of the things when the original Leaguers were mind control and they were looking at it, they're like, Wonder Woman, when did your costume change? And it's like 200 issues in, all of them had the exact same costume except Wonder Woman's, and hers was only slightly tweaked.
Well, again, it's classic is classic, right? That's why we stay with classic. Okay, so here's 15.
Yeah.
We're at number 15 now.
Fighting Easter Island.
Yep.
Challenge of the Untouchable Aliens.
And you've pointed out with the horror covers, from compared to DC and Marvel, how Marvel would have a lot of dialogue and stuff on them.
Yep.
Even that with like with these books, there's not a lot of there's like basically the kind of thing that has the title of it on there. But for most of them, there's not a lot after that. It's the action and then
the images. They're letting the images speak for themselves. For a long time, this was the oldest JLA I had, number 16. I remember that that was the oldest one I had. It always has.
Especially a lot of these are the way that they have like purple or pink or something in the background that contrasts the colors in the hero's uniform to like make it really pop too.
Yep. All right, so this one has a subscription crease in it. I could probably give it to Kent and get it to make it a little better, but I'm okay with it. And that's introducing the Tornado Tyrant, who later on has ties to, they tie with Red Tornado.
Oh, yeah, I see that crease.
Mm-hmm.
There's a character that was a great character that they retconned the hell out of over the years.
They have.
Time and again.
Yep.
All right. Here we go. 19, SOS, the Justice League.
SOS.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of wonder exactly what's in that arrow that Green Arrow was firing on there.
They're just trying to get his attention.
Yeah.
That's the splash arrow. I don't know.
That's a great cover.
Yeah. And again, no word balloons, but everything.
Yeah, it's like there's the title of the book. There's the little blurb that that basically tells you what the title of like the tagline. Yeah, the title of it, and then
there's a color
like movie
posters.
posters.
On this one. There's a color mistake on that if you notice it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Wonder Woman's wearing her white shorts on this one.
Yep.
Yeah.
It must be before Labor Day.
Yeah, it probably is. It's before Labor Day. It's all right.
All right, check it out, folks.
So,
let me bring that in there. That's a lot of glare there. But if you can see, there we go. Wonder Woman. Color error.
Yes, highlight Wonder Woman's crotch as much as possible, Sal.
I've tried to. It's for you guys because obviously you want to buy Wonder Woman.
That's right. So this is number 20, and this is one that I do need to upgrade, and I'll upgrade at some point. But
I don't have any Justice League issues as old as you, but the older ones I do have are kind of in this condition.
Yeah.
But I always tell I don't have the means of a lot of guys, but I always say like I would rather have a beat up copy in my collection than not have it all. Now this is an all-time classic cover.
Yes, it is.
And this was the start of some of the stories that I loved most in Justice League.
All right, here we go. JLA and JSA, and that is a nice copy.
That
That was one I did upgrade. So that's a copy that I upgraded from my original.
And yeah, I always love those old Justice League, Justice Society crossovers.
Again, no thought balloons, but doesn't need it, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't need it at all.
And again, like I said, with the background color, like there's purple in the background. There's no purple, on anyone's costume. It makes it pop that much more. Same thing with the background color on this next one.
Yeah, see on that one I had labels on the back.
Okay.
Yeah, we got, but this is a pretty high grade.
Yeah, it is.
That's nice.
That would get a pretty good slab mark. So here's my 22, my original 22, the second part of the first JLA JSA crossover. This state can stand to be upgraded.
That's nice though.
Mm-hmm. Sal would like it because it's got 2 Green Lanterns on it.
Yeah.
What?
Right? Two Green Lanterns.
2 Green Lanterns.
2 Green Lanterns
Yes.
for 12 cents. You
I
can have
know.
2 Green Lanterns.
Yep.
You know what? I'll give you 24 cents for it. I'll double your
You
money.
double my money?
Double your money for it.
Well, I don't know how you
You're
turn
just
that
amazing.
like that. This one's in really nice shape, number 23. This first Queen Bee. First Queen Bee. And I don't mean Beyonce.
So back to that other one with the 2 GLs. Was Alan Scott, was he drawn by Martin Nodell at that time?
I imagine this was done by Mike Sialski.
Yeah.
Or Murphy Anderson. Right. Mike Sialski did the art. So they were doing this. I do have a signature of Martin Nodell on a Green Lantern.
Hey, so do I.
Yes, you do.
I do. All right, this is the Queen Bee one here.
Yep.
Nicest man I met. One of the nicest people I met.
Oh, nice old fellow. So here's a book that is definitely, this is number 24. This is definitely one I will upgrade. I just, it's on my list. 24 and 25 are not great, but I'll get to them. And then there's, what's else?
Still.
There's my 25.
Check out Ken Jarrow and the booty shorts again. What's up with that?
What happened to Flash? Where'd he go?
They're disappearing. So
that look on Superman's face, it's a great look. Kind of like,
we got worry lines.
Yeah, it looks like the eraser marker happened on Flash. Here we go, folks. Check out that one.
I think what I'll do is I'll hand them to you. So speed up. There's the 27.
This is, for me, this is the oldest issue of Justice League that I have.
Nice.
I've got this one and the next one, but mine are not in this nice of a condition.
Yep, there we go. That's number 26.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Issue 27.
Go.
And it's cool when you're starting to see it's not like all the members of the league on, like it's some of the main ones, and they're like, oh, we'll throw Batman in here instead of this other one, or
This one, so 28 is going to need a little work. Yeah,
but this one's actually in pretty good condition.
Yeah, that was pretty nice.
This is a cool cover.
27 here.
Spines.
Lift the ban on Superman.
Lift the ban on Superman.
The JLA demands the right to work.
It's like 1K for DK.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I love it.
A great cover.
Again, back to the classic JLA JSA crossovers.
Yeah, so here we go. So this became an annual event where they would cross over. Most of them would be 2-part stories. So, but that's an iconic cover,
which is great because in real time, it's it's like every 9 or 10 issues, like, oh, well, it's time for the JSA to show up again.
Yep, absolutely. And this book wasn't always published. This was published 8 times a year, mostly. This book. That's why FF and Avengers, which came after, had a higher numbering.
Right.
And there's 2 more Green Lanterns. The one is bad.
One's a bad.
Oh yeah, the Crime Syndicate.
Yeah.
Oh,
first Hawkman.
I like how
they
draw the mask there, a little more evil version with.
Yeah, they did with it tilted up.
Yep.
So there's the second part of that first JLA. Yeah.
All right.
And like Gary said, 31 first Hawkman joining the league.
Yep. First Hawkman, a great black cover. The real runaway.
I know I mentioned it with Red Tornado, but you talk about a character that was retconned to death.
Yeah. Well, he's got a convoluted history.
Yeah,
that's for
probably
sure.
I'd say the most convoluted history of any comic character there is.
Yeah. All right, that's first Brainwave or Brainstorm.
Brainstorm. Check out that helmet, folks. It's amazing. Look at that. There we go. Awesome.
So again, hardly any
machine.
word
No, I don't think we've come across one yet that word bubbles.
Yeah.
We've had a few. We've had a few, but
I didn't
they're more thought bubbles
Yeah.
than word bubbles. But yeah.
Okay, check that out really quick.
Oh, we got a lot on this next one.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Not just
Yeah. 34 Doc Destiny.
Yep. This. Oh, there you go.
There you go.
There you go. That's a nice copy too.
Yes. That's pretty wicked. I like that.
All right.
So what year do you think we're about in now?
We're now we've got to be about 65, 64.
Okay.
In there.
So when did Justice League start becoming a monthly book then? Because you said it was only like 8 times a year.
It I know in the 100-page era,
Yeah.
it was still only 8 times a year.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah. Even though it was successful, it just for a lot of it, it was like 8 times a year. So
Nice.
okay. So this one has a lot of dialogue, which is
Yeah.
unusual. And this was in
Superman
great shape,
says,
wasn't it?
"Can't see
Yeah.
the Flash."
That is in good shape.
The Flash says, "My super fast legs have merged into one." Hawkman says, "I'm grounded." Green Arrow says, "My arms paralyzed, can't fire." Case of the disabled Justice League.
Yep. I hate it when that happens.
Oh, another good crossover.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that one's in good shape too.
And this doesn't have the League on the cover at all.
Nope.
Say, this is the first issue of Justice League that doesn't have any of them on the cover, right?
Well, it probably is. I think you would have to be right there. So it's the first of the.
And I like how they have to name who the characters are, I guess, because they thought like readers aren't going to know who Mr. Terrific is.
Mr. Terrific.
I used to like when they used to do covers like this too, where they would have the heads on one
Yep.
side, because they did
Yeah.
this on Justice League a lot. It's like here's
Yep.
all the JSA ones in this
Yep.
book. Here's all the Justice League.
Yeah.
Batman's got a little bit of the stubble. Looks
Yeah.
like he was out.
Well,
late.
this is the Lawless League of Earth A.
Oh, okay. I was going to say Batman's out.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, and Flash has got the little.
Well, you need
the
a
little
scorecard
Zorro
to know who the
mustache.
players are.
Yep.
You need
So
you need a
that
scorecard.
look, that's one I have to upgrade. Here's the first giant size,
Oh, nice.
39. Yeah, the last JLA I needed was actually one of the giant sizes.
So this one's all just reprints. Yeah.
It's all reprints. Yep. 28, PMB 28, 30, and then number 5, issue 5. So this was the first giant size, and they are
Because they don't do stuff like this anymore. Now they just do the facsimiles
Yeah.
to get older books.
Yep. All right.
Because this was in the days before, you couldn't just, I'll just go to the comic shop or the comic convention and look through and find the older books. Like, there wasn't really much of a way to get the older ones. Yeah. Not like there is today.
Nope. I don't know.
Oh, this is Justice League fighting Human Torch.
Well, ain't a big fire guy.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. So now this book, look at the condition this one's in. This first key.
That's nice.
Yeah, so it's first appearance of the key.
First appearance. It's a key issue.
And it's a key issue.
It's a key
because
issue.
the first appearance of the key.
Of the
And they
key.
have all their names on the top,
Yeah.
which is kind of neat.
Yeah, I just noticed that. I was reading.
This one did too.
Yeah.
This one did too. So,
So Aquaman's out of the league at this point,
well,
right?
he's just not in that issue.
I was like,
They
oh,
voted-
okay, just listed the ones I was
they
saying. There's
voted-
no Aquaman,
voted
there's
them
no,
out?
there's no
They
Green
voted them
Arrow.
out?
No,
So
he didn't get
Aquaman
rid
are
of
out.
it. What do you think of that condition?
That's nice.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Remember,
Oh, this is
turn 'em
cool.
down.
Hold on, folks. Before you see this one,
Sal is grading it.
Damn.
That's in the 8s or maybe a 9.
maybe I would say definitely a 9. Definitely at least a 9.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna have to take it home to further examine it to be sure.
Yeah. Because you need the key issue. As the first key.
But this is still shiny and all. It looks
It
like
is.
it just
The
came.
spine is perfect.
Yep.
Get it under the Salvatore microscope.
Yeah.
That's
Here's
a
where
good one.
Metamorpho turned him down.
More of us like, no, thanks.
First Royal Flush game.
Nice. Yeah, Justice League, like, we want you to join. Metamorpho goes, nah.
So what you'll see now is
Nice.
most of these are all pretty high grade now. That
Yeah.
This looks like the guy that played Frank Drevin's partner on Police Story. I can't
Bruce
remember
Watt.
the actor's
Bruce Watt.
name.
there you go.
Yep.
That's another high grade. And now and we've
Check out
also
the
got a
checker.
logo change too.
Check out the
Yeah.
checker box.
Which is like right. So and
Oh,
like my
the
hat,
logo
the
checks.
logo check,
Yep.
the go-go checks, and a logo change.
the go checks.
So the one Sal has is the first logo change.
Yep.
It's
That's one
43.
right there.
This
You can
cover's
see
a
it.
little
It's
creepy.
no longer the shield, it's just the words, but they're
Right.
still kind of in the same format, but still,
Yep.
it's just missing the background.
It's missing
shield.
the shield in the stores.
All right.
First
Right there.
Shaggy Man.
Nice. This is another one of the older ones that I have too, but not in this nice a condition.
Now, what's also happened now, this is during the time of the Batman TV show. So now you will see Batman front and center on this book. Where he's front and center.
Right.
So on almost all these books, Batman is becoming front and center.
You're talking the Batman 66. So.
Yeah.
And Shaggy Man was a character, and this Shaggy Man was a character that disappeared for a long time, and I love what Grant Morrison did with him when he brought him back.
Oh yeah, Shaggy Man was very well done with that too. Here's a pretty cool George Perez Shaggy Man issue too.
Oh, I can't wait to see that.
It was in the So again, look at how Batman is very prominent on these. You got another team up.
Yep, most definitely.
And that that's the first half of the next JLA.
That looks like what was that episode of the Star
Trek? Yeah, it does.
Series? Yeah. I forget the episode name now.
This would have been before that.
Yeah.
That's
immediately with it. What he recommended.
This is the last issue I needed to complete JLA.
Number 48.
Mm-hmm. It was a giant size, and they were always a little harder to get.
Oh, almost dropped it there.
Yep.
I think this is the first one one I've noticed that's got the Big 7 and only the Big
Wildcat.
7.
Wildcat.
Yeah.
But there's like the Big 7 but only the Big 7, none of the other ones in it. Like,
well, and that's because the stories are reprinting.
Yeah.
That would be number 29 of Brave and the Bold, 3 of JLA, and 2 of JLA.
But like all the other covers, either they didn't have Superman and Batman in it, or they would have the Atom or Green Arrow. That's the one, the first one I noticed looking through these. It's got
25 cents. 25 cents.
But yeah, you're right. Batman's front and center
on all these.
It's not just on the cover, but like the main thing
character
that draws your eye.
Yep. This is in exceptional shape. This is number 50.
This is nice.
There'll be a Sal. This is one for Sal to salivate. Salivate. So Sal can do his grading. Number 50. That's another one. Looks like it just came off the stands, right?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
Lord of Time.
That's nice. That is nice. How do you keep these in such fine shape, Uncle Gary?
Well, when I was buying these, I was at the point where I was collecting. So, of course.
Oh, this is the point you probably became more of a collector.
Right. The 111 is where I was a kid buying.
Yeah.
So, but
that's what we were talking about on the car ride up here. It's like, when I started reading comics, like I had no thought to collecting. I was like, bags and boards and comic box. Like I didn't know what that was. Just read it,
Put it over there.
Yeah, it'd be like fold the cover back, to read it, fold it in half, put it in my back pocket, just having a stack, just like, I'll throw it on the stack, when I'm done reading it, go back to it later.
All right, we're gonna jump now to the 3 annuals are also in this box.
I love this
so
cover.
We'll look at these. These are early 80s.
Yeah.
So that is a Dr. Destiny cover.
I was gonna say it almost looks like Perez work. Is that Perez work?
That is not Perez.
Oh, it looks like
I'm
it.
pretty sure that's not Perez.
But still beautiful though.
That's probably Chuck
Firestorm as well.
Yeah,
that's probably Chuck.
Yeah, this is Patton and Giordano.
Yeah. And then this is the Justice League Detroit. And then there's the last annual of the original series.
Because Detroit needs its own Justice League.
Well, that's when they scaled down and went back to a team of the peoples.
Yeah.
Special crisis crossover.
Mm-hmm.
A special. Let me see the special.
Especial.
Yep. Nice. There we go. That's a good angle for that one.
All right. So this is going to complete this box, and then we will move on.
Okay.
All right, we're back on. Stop talking about that.
All right. we said that Tim should be the president and founding member of the Zeb Wells Fan Club.
Yes.
And we all second that.
And we're all honorary members as well, Tim.
Yes.
So we're there with you, okay?
Yeah.
Zeb Wells party. Woohoo.
Yeah. We're all Zebbies.
Zebbies. That's what we're calling it. All right. All right. This is the next video or next part of this video for Justice
so we'll
League.
start at 3, 2, 1.
Oh, well, I saw what you did there. All right. So we ended with number 50. We had a few annuals that we put in, but we're going to go to 51. And this was where Zatanna had appeared with the League. And she had appeared as a solo backup in a lot of League stories.
Yeah.
And then this put her in with the rest of the League. Her first appearance, Hawkman 4, by the way. So this is a first Zatanna with the League.
Great costume.
Yeah. great costume. You know, gallon fishnets always scores high with me.
Look at Sal. He's like, give me.
I'm like, wait for you to hand me the book. Come on. Hand me the book,
Batman.
Dan.
Batman large and in charge, like in the Zatanna one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Large in charge. And the elongated man guest starred in that last one too. That was his first JLA appearance.
So I noticed the Justice Leaguers now are just reduced to just heads on the side of the cover. Batman.
Yeah,
Superman
sometimes, Batman and Superman.
I'm surprised they didn't rename the. You know, if this was something today, they would have named it Batman and the Justice League.
Yeah, Batman. You're right, Batman and the Justice League.
Batman and the Justice League.
Yep. So that's the weapons going after him.
Yep.
Yeah, then more Royal Flush Gang.
The second Royal Flush Gang. Yep.
Because Royal.
That was the second Royal Flush Gang.
Yep.
Because the Royal Flush Gang used to be a big threat, and over the years they've that's been kind of diminished.
It has been. Adult Robin.
Oh, this is an awesome cover.
Yeah.
I remember when I started reading, I would pick up some of the old issues. I was like, I didn't know. I was like, what's the deal with this costume?
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Oh, this is a great cover.
Great Clash cover.
Yes.
So so that's the Adult Robin from Earth 2.
Yep.
Oh, that's nice. Green Lantern's eye on that.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what Sal's getting ready to show you is a classic example of a Clash cover. Yep. This was actually done with like the UN.
And we don't mean the rock group. We mean the actual Clash.
Get along issue.
And the go-go checks are all gone now.
Go-go checks are gone.
A few issues ago.
Yeah. Where did we lost them at the Royal Flush? Yeah. So they were about a year or so with the go-go checks. So that was what Sal's getting ready to show you was where the league it was done with the UN in mind and with nations getting along and people getting along. So it was a kumbaya book.
Another 80-page giant with 50.
Yep.
Which, like I said, because in the days before you could just go to the comic shop or comic conventions, like this was, the only way for most people to be able to read these older stories.
Yep, absolutely. This is right. This is where I got so much information.
No more Batman front and center.
No, Batman has faded a little bit.
So what's the year we're talking about now for these?
Now I bet we've got to be 67.
Yeah, I was gonna say late 60s.
Here.
Yeah. This one. That's really minty.
Yeah.
Got a little spine.
It's got 4 fingers. Yeah.
Yeah,
you can't trust a 4-fingered dude.
Can't trust a 4-fingered dude.
Yeah, you cannot trust a 4-fingered dude.
Not.
So this was the next appearance of Queen Bee, and the first one I had in high grade. This one is really a high grade book.
Okay.
Sal does his, and Sal do his.
One of the rare instances of a word bubble on the cover.
Yeah,
that's true. This is nice.
Isn't that great?
This is nice.
That's probably a 9, right?
That is definitely probably a 9.
Yeah.
I bet money on that. It's crisp. The
I-
color is popping.
That's
It
the-
probably could use a press because I see some creases right there.
Yep.
But if that's all it needs.
Yeah, you're right. I think so too.
This is a cool cover. Interesting too, trying to figure out who all the villains are on there, since you only get to see half of their face.
Yep.
Like Lex Luthor and Dr. Light, and some of them are easy to figure out. Some of the other ones, not so much.
Yeah.
So I can't even figure out who the enemy is for Green Lantern.
That's a tattooed man.
Tattooed man?
Yep.
Who is it for Hawkman? It almost looks like Plastic Man.
No, it's not Plastic
I was
Man.
going to say it can't be Plastic Man.
I can't remember his name. He had a gimmicky name. I can't remember his name right now. But that was a Hawkman.
But Tattooed Man was really a
tattooed man. He would hit.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But that was a Green Lantern villain.
Yeah, he was a Green Lantern villain, but I don't think he was a primary Green Lantern villain.
I don't know that.
He was one of the big ones at that time.
Maybe so.
He wasn't Sinestro, but after Sinestro, he was probably up there with Sonar and with, some of the others.
Panic from the blackmail box. The facial expressions on Batman and Flash on there. Oh, this cover's great.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's there we go. There you go. Panic from a black.
Like, look at the expression, especially on Batman's face, the way the eyes and the lips are drawn. That's a cool cover.
This is one of my favorites.
This one is great.
Yeah.
This one's in pretty good shape too. You got one little crease down there.
Yeah. So what we have that's coming here is there's a fellow by the name Dick Dillon has taken over the art on Justice League. Dick Dillon stayed the artist all the way up until 180 or so, where he passed away. He had it for 12 years.
Yeah.
I think he's very underrated. And then Perez took over for a while, but Dick Dillon was on all these issues.
Okay. And this is his first appearance, correct?
That's this Red Tornado's.
This one, not the Golden Age one.
Yeah, but yes.
And so, this People forget about that original.
This is a great cover. This is
That's
very
a great.
dynamic.
That's a great.
And it also was the first appearance of T.O. Morrow,
Yeah.
who created
When
it.
Dan holds the books too long.
T.O. Morrow, which is tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, you know.
But yeah, that's
Kinda
the
sensitive.
I like that
the
one.
red tornado costume has been gone so long. I think people forget about it. That
Yep.
red and purple
I
one.
like that. You want to guess who the artist is there?
Here.
No, not on the
Okay.
okay. That's still that's Dylan, I think.
Yeah.
This is cool looking. We don't stand a chance against the dirty half dozen.
I know.
Dirty half dozen.
That's Neil Adams.
Yeah,
Neil Adams art. And that is a very high grade book.
that is nice.
You know,
Oh, that's a
size.
fantastic cover.
Neil Adams. Yeah. I
That's-
had to upgrade that because I had one where they had drawn mustaches.
Oh yeah. Do you still have that one?
I may.
That'd be pretty. That'd be a pretty funny one to have.
I may. I'm not sure.
That's nice.
This is an awesome cover.
So this is another giant size, and what that was reprinting was the 3 introductions of those characters
Okay,
into
yeah.
the league. So 4, 16, and 31.
Ooh, this could be a horror cover.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Isn't that a great cover?
Yeah, it is.
Especially all of them are like caricature like, but that look on Aquaman's face is dark.
Yeah. And that one's in good shape too.
Oh, this one is a nice cover.
Yep.
This kind of reminds me of the I don't know if the that Avengers cover with Yellow Jacket later on took some inspiration from this one.
It might have, yeah. So this is a
Oh,
Neil Adams again.
nice.
This is also Neil Adams here?
That is Neil Adams.
Yeah,
Yes.
yep. And you've been found guilty.
And this one's cool too.
I
Another
like the color of that one.
Yeah.
that one's a character we don't see that much of.
I love the
anymore.
creeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was John Jones's last appearance until JLA 115, I think. So he was out for a long time. And remember when you said Snapper wouldn't recognize or whatever?
Yeah.
Fire someone.
Why fire someone?
Yeah, he had hardly any appearances, for a long time. So
And that sucks because he's such a great character.
he is a great character. All right, this
One of
is Kubrick.
he should be one of the powerhouses of the DC universe, and they don't really treat him like that very much. Oh, this cover is fantastic.
Death Orbit.
Joe Kubert, right?
Yes, that is
Yeah.
that is a Joe Kubert.
You can't beat a
Yeah,
Joe
well,
Kubert Hawkman.
No, cannot. There's another Kubert. And I start going. 6, 7.
Oh, wow. There we go.
Oh, this is a cool. Isn't a good one? Another Justice League, Justice Society.
Yep. 66. There we go. I got sidetracked. 67. 68, 69, 70. 71. 71, 72. Yep. And this is a great. That's
That
the
is-
second part of
That is an
story.
awesome cover.
Yep.
I want to see. I didn't notice when it changed. Was we switched from 12 to 15 cents.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, we're paying 15 cents a book now. It changed. Actually, just changed from 72 to 73.
Yeah.
Is where they went to that. And go ahead and go. That one is where Black Canary. She came over at the end of the issue Sal has, and isn't that a great Neil Adams cover?
That's a great Neil Adams cover.
Yeah, because originally Black Canary was on the Earth
Zero
2,
two.
and then she came over to Earth 1
And she's been retconned now, where she's the daughter of
of the original one. Yeah, just like
The retcon.
Yeah.
The retcon.
Which
There's
makes
something-
it tough for me to keep up with things sometimes because so much has been retconned. I'm like, where are we at now?
yeah.
So that was when she came over.
DC tried to end the confusion by saying everything is canon. Like that just makes it worse.
Yeah.
Oh, but now we're at, jumped up to 25 cents for this one. Oh,
Well, that's
because
the
the
giant
giant
size.
one. Yeah,
That's
the
the
giant
giant
size.
size. Yep.
Nice.
Okay, yep, go ahead. Now, this was a pivotal issue because this is where Snapper Car betrayed the Justice League.
Yeah, we saw for a long time, the last of that annoyance.
Well, and that's the last of their headquarters in Happy Harbor, Rhode Island. So they had to move because they got betrayed by their mascot.
Oh, this is a good cover.
Yep. That's Neil Adams again. Yeah.
Getting a lot of word.
Oh, and this villain. Well, guess who the villain was that he betrayed them to?
No.
The fellow that laughs a lot.
It was
Joker.
this is Joker.
The
Right?
Joker.
Joker.
Because the Joker was masquerading as someone else.
John Doe.
Yeah.
Yep. That's Vigilante, the Golden Age Vigilante, Greg Sanders.
Yep.
Getting a lot. I was going to say, I noticed getting a lot of word balloons on the covers now.
Yep. Starting right. It's starting. Things are starting to change, but there's some really a lot of Neil Adams is doing most of these covers now.
That is an awesome villain design.
Yeah, that is really cool.
That's menacing.
That's 79. Here we go. Now we're at issue 80. Now that is not a Neil Adams. That's a Murphy Anderson. I can tell. This one was that.
It's really amazing how you can
this
tell
is a cool one.
the artwork apart so easily.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I probably get it wrong about 70% of the time, but their styles are so similar to me that they just feel like,
well,
I got that Perez one confused earlier. It's, to me, their styles are so similar that it's hard for me to differentiate.
I get it. I get it. I've been looking at these books for a long time, so
especially the look on Batman's face there on that one. That's fantastic.
That's another great cover.
Oh, good. Another good crossover.
Batman in a straitjacket. Hey, probably belongs to that.
Yeah, he is crazy.
Oh, this is definitely Neil Adams.
Oh, that's Neil Adams.
Crazy.
That is for sure.
See what I did there?
Yep. You're crazy. That's Neil.
Looks like it's Mike
Sikowski. And these faces were not Neil. These were, I think, Mike Sikowski did those. Yeah.
That's a fantastic cover.
Yeah. And that's
another good one too.
Yeah.
That's a horror cover there.
Got your Spectre chiming in on that one.
I do. This was another giant size doing the 2 Felix Faust issues.
Yeah, this is definitely a horror cover.
Yeah.
This is a great horror cover. Justice League.
I like the spider webs on this. That's cool looking.
Yeah. It was the all sorcery issue.
Yeah.
So that was another giant
sorcery,
size.
you say?
Oh, another dark cover for.
Yeah. Well, that's Neil.
Sorcery.
There's no food left on Earth.
Which is there's a horror cover right there for you.
Yeah.
This is pre Taco Bell, folks.
There you go. Neil.
I guess we forgot how the farm. Is that what it is?
Well, yeah. Well, at that time in the early 70s, famine was a big deal.
Yeah, it was.
And one of the reasons why in Swamp Thing, Alec Holland, he was working on a biorestorative plant formula to get plant to create greater grains, larger grains, larger seeds. And we have done that.
Yeah.
That's one thing that's been done. The grain that we have now is not the grain from your grandfathers.
Right.
So there has been a lot of bioengineering to plants and stuff.
Right.
So this
King
was
Batman.
Murrah's first cover appearance on JLA.
That's a great cover too.
Neil Adams again. Yeah. So I was at 87. Yeah, King Batman. Yeah. 87. Another Neil.
Nice. That's some great classic superhero poses there.
So Mira has blonde hair in this.
That's not Mirror. Where's it from Aquaman?
Oh, there we go. She blended in pretty well with the orange.
Yeah.
That's who's the next to her then? Who's next?
Canary.
That's Canary. Yeah.
That's Canary. Yeah.
But she was okay. Maybe it's just the way the coloring is. That's just
the most unusual JLA story ever, where you are the hero and villain.
Yep. That's right.
I mean, I don't know if you got the choice between being Superman or Batman. I don't think that's a real hard choice.
Yeah, I think I'd rather be the one that can fly.
Yeah.
Okay, so the issue Sal that's getting ready to show here, number 90.
That's cool.
This was like an ecology-minded issue, and there was at the end of it, Hawkman ends up giving communion to an underwater race, which was kind of interesting. Yeah, so it was kind of a little heavy-handed in it, but it's kind of surprising.
I like I like the tier that they have for Batman there. It's you almost miss it.
Yeah.
Run B.
The Flash is dead. Which will be next? Let me see if we can zoom in and see that tear in his face. On his face. No, can't see it.
And you don't really see the way they write Solomon Grundy now. You don't really see him talk a whole lot.
Yep. And right,
you know, past the Born on the Monday stuff.
Yeah. I think that's more he's spoken in than all the
I think they've done iterations of him now that each time he's resurrected, sometimes he talks more, sometimes he doesn't. They tried to use that as a,
can I see that? Can I see that one again? What's the? Let's see. What do we? We're at 25 cents now.
Yep.
That's the regular price.
So what they had in these, so these are regulars, 25 cents, and there's also a reprint story in here.
Right.
So that's why they were justifying.
This is only 25 cents.
Only 25
bigger
cents.
and better.
And bigger and better. That's right. So we went from 15 to 25. So they're giving you more content, but the content they were giving you was a reprint.
But now we got giant size where it's 35.
All reprint, and it's all reprint.
Yeah.
93.
I'm noticing a lot of they have the same basic design on here where they got the border on the side and the top, and then the picture in the middle. They got the heads there. But I'm noticing a lot of black backgrounds on these issues.
Oh, when did the shield come back?
Yeah, the shield's been back for.
I missed that. What?
Shield started back in issue.
But you notice a lot of these past few issues we've seen have
issue
a lot.
66 was the first Shield.
Yeah,
a lot of these ones we've seen at this point. A lot of black backgrounds.
Yeah, which make having a nicer copy tough.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Private War, Johnny Doon. This was Neil Adams penciled some of this book too.
Yeah.
This was so great. I always thought this was a cool cover.
That's a cool cover. Yeah.
And again, we're probably like 1970 here, 71.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Wow. Dan's about to walk.
What's wrong with him?
Dan's about to walk his ass home.
Yeah, he's got you there.
I'll call your wife and tell on you.
So second part.
Go ahead. She'd
probably say you deserve it.
Yeah. She'd probably say, "Well, what the hell did he do?" I'm like,
this is
Dan being Dan.
This is a cool cover.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not Adams.
He's a cover hog. Go to that. Something with Sharon. Thank you, Dan.
You're welcome, Sal.
That is an Adams. Which
I love this cover too.
Oh yeah, this is nice.
Yeah. That's a nice cover.
Again, like I said, I'm just noticing a lot of black backgrounds, and I don't know if the guy doing the layouts was going through some stuff at this time.
At this time period, they're doing this logo too,
right?
Where like the horror books had a bat on it,
the
romance books had a heart on it. So it was just kind of, DC does that now on a lot of the books. They have like 7 identifier. Oh, it's kind of interesting. So this is the last of the 25-cent ones that have the reprint in it.
I noticed. I don't know what it is with Black Canary's lips. Like, I guess they forgot to pencil it in. They just went with the color on there, but it's
very light.
It's very light. It's hard to notice.
And so again, that's the last issue. Now we go to 20 cents, and now it's only 20 cents. So they dropped the price.
They raised it so they could drop it, but make it still more than what it was.
You're right. So than what it was before, right?
Yeah.
Before they had the additional content.
Oh, that's a fantastic.
That is a great cover. That is Nick Cardy. That is
number 1, issue 100.
Issue 100. This is a great anniversary sequence. There's the second.
That's nice.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, it's not just Wonder Woman. It's Diana Prince Wonder Woman. This is a nice one.
That is, and that's my shirt.
Yeah. I feel like I saw this.
Well,
I feel like I saw this.
Yep, on the shirt. That's right.
Well, the other side of this page has was a Golden Age Wonder Woman, so that's probably why they identified her more.
Yep.
On the other side.
And then they retconned that later that it was Hippolyta.
Yep.
There we
go. There's the shirt that
aren't these great covers today?
They are.
Yeah. So she didn't have her powers in here, and what?
Oh, that's right. That's when they took.
So she's Diana Prince because she doesn't have her powers, and so they but they wanted to include her in the 100th issue, even though John Jones didn't come back.
Yeah.
But isn't that great?
Yeah, that's a good.
This one is nice.
Worthy of a shirt, I would say.
Worthy of a shirt. That's also Nick Cardy there.
It is the stroke of midnight. I have come for you.
That's where the Phantom Stranger joined the league. They offered him membership. He disappeared, but he shows up when he wants. This is the next Shaggy Man.
I've worked with people like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was just thinking the same thing. I have come here to help you, and then disappear.
Elongated man joints.
Nice.
Shaggy Man needs a shave.
It was bound to happen.
They're in their satellite headquarters, and Aquaman is showing off some of the trophies to Black Canary and of earlier adventures. And she goes, and here's our statue of the Shaggy Man. He goes, wait a minute, we don't have a statue of the Shaggy Man. And the Shaggy Man attacks him. I just thought that was great.
That's funny.
Wait a minute, we don't have a statue.
We don't have a statue. Oh my God, it's him.
So that we inducted a new member, and it was green. It was an elongated man.
All right.
We inducted another new member.
This is awesome.
And it was the Red Tornado.
This is actually a really good shape too.
It is.
Oh, the red popping of the color on that too.
Yep. So Ralph finally got his membership in that. And I like how he's all twisted up. These are all Nick Cardy covers in here too, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a cool one too.
I'm gonna make you wait on that one. Oh, so good. So now
Nice.
we're never Seven Soldiers. I mean, I'm sorry. The Freedom Fighters.
Freedom Fighters, yeah.
So this is the crossover. This is the Earth X stuff. And so I think that is just great. Another great Nick Cardy cover.
And so you've got the JLA and the JSA and the Freedom Fighters.
Yeah. Now this is one of my favorite Flash covers.
Oh, that's
nice.
good.
This is minty too. This is really good shape.
Yeah, they are. So most of these are in high grade.
Yep.
Yeah, these are pretty nice.
Now we're at this point. You're buying these off the rack, right?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
111. 111.
111. Okay. All right. All right. Very good.
107. Yep. So this is one of my favorite Clash covers.
Oh yeah.
I just awesome.
That's
I
nice.
got this issue.
That's another Nick Cardy. Yeah.
Yeah. I just heard one of you Justice Leaguers is quitting. I want to know who and why. Superman's mad.
Yeah, he is.
It's the one with feathers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a high grade copy.
Yeah,
So you want
Yeah, that's another one I've got, but it's not
that
quite
great.
as nice as that.
That's
The one I have is decent, but
it's got nines.
not that nice.
All right.
I don't know. I might take this over and examine this.
Okay, you
for
might have to examine that one. So now we start. Okay, now we start the 100 pagers. Now we start the 100 pagers,
Okay.
and that's 110. And yep, and it didn't work out. Oh,
Oh,
this is familiar.
They murdered Santa.
So that's my highest grade one. 11.
Don't worry. I'm sure Santa's fine.
I mean, no such thing as a sanity clause.
So yeah, we're back to the
Now
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So this is where I bought off to, and if Sal wants to compare and contrast.
Yeah,
what
let's
did
do
you
that
say?
one.
Like what it's supposed to look like, and is that how you said it before?
Yeah.
Well loved
Yeah.
and not so well loved.
Yep. And
My
the
hands
one
are
that's
wet.
worn to hell is worth a lot more to me than the other one.
That's right. There we go.
At one point, I will have one of those slabbed. One of them,
Yeah.
not the bad one,
No.
but I'll have one of those because it has the provenance of being my first book.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But
Definitely.
then that's a beautiful copy, though.
It is.
Well, you
Well
could look at it this way. Because of the condition of that, you would be extremely certain if you got it back if it was the one you sent or not.
yes, I would.
Yep.
That could leave my custody, and I would know.
You would know for 100% certain if that's the one you got
Because
back.
back as a 9.8, you'd be like, ah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Are you sure?
That is a cool Amazo cover.
Yep.
And there's
So-
another one with the reprint.
Okay, so in the issue that we just showed, 111, what was really neat was that the villain Libra, that was his only appearance until Final Crisis came out many years later, and he took half of the Justice League's powers. He drained them, and then at the end, it was too much for Libra to handle, and he dissipated. The powers just overwhelmed him, and he dissipated. The League activated Amazo to take those powers, to absorb those powers.
Okay.
And so to do that, though, they knew they were taking a chance, because then they had to deal with him, you know.
And I know it's starting to say at the top two, Here Come TV Super Friends.
Yes.
Yeah, where they tried to capitalize on the Batman TV show before. Now they're capitalizing on the cartoon.
And that started with the first 100-pager.
Yeah.
Where it's TV Super Friends. And maybe, you know what, now, since you've pointed that out, perhaps that's why I bought the comics. Maybe I watched the Super Friends on TV, and I wanted, a comic. And that's why 111. So this is a tragic story. That's a 113, and that deals with the Sandman and his old sidekick, Sandy. and who they used greatly in Jeff Johns' run.
Oh yeah.
But Sandy was a monster, and Wesley Dodds kept him sedated for decades, and to his eternal shame, because he's just a creature.
Yeah.
And he just kept him sedated, didn't know what to do with him. So really cool. Again, these are Nick Carty covers.
Yeah.
And what these books would give you a JLA, several JLA stories, with a new one, a reprint, and they'd also give you a JSA, a Justice Society reprint.
Oh yeah. There you go.
I noticed that on one of the earlier ones, it was saying, reprinting, Golden Age tales of Wildcat and like Wildcat and the Atom.
So this is when Martian Manhunter comes back. We haven't seen him since issue 71.
Yeah.
And now here we are in 115.
3 full-length novels.
Well, he had to travel back to Mars, I guess, for a little bit.
Well, that's what he did. He went back to Mars.
Yeah, because that was before he was the last Martian.
That is the last 100-pager. So that is
I feel like they really missed the opportunity on this cover to make Batman a bat.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
What, they make him a rat?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's where the
Like it
tick,
looks like a mouse.
that's where the tick got their inspiration.
Probably.
Okay, and during all this, so now that's a Mike Grill cover. Now we're front and back now.
Okay, yeah.
So now we're front and back. We saving Gerber bags and boards. So you've got tricky duty now.
Oh, I know. It's gonna be tough to turn the
A
book around.
former member demands to rejoin the Justice League. Wow, this is such a change from no word balloons on the cover to like full of word balloons.
And
Sorry.
the guy just quit, remember? So now
Yeah.
it looks like maybe that's him coming back. This was a great beginning of a 2-part story.
Yes. And that classic red tornado costume where you look at it, you're like, it's a classic costume, but like, what's the deal with the arrow on the head?
I kind of like that.
I like it, but at the same time, you're like, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
One.
Oh, that's a cool one, yeah.
And there's number 2.
Oh, and Adam Strange.
117 and 118.
Yep.
Sorry.
And that's Mike Grill cover on the first part. Yep.
And we interviewed him.
We
Well,
did.
you guys did.
Yeah, we did.
A great interview.
All right. So
A romance book.
119
Yeah, it is a romance book.
and 120.
And 120 is a great cover, isn't it?
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's
And
a
then
great
you-
story.
And then,
Mike Grill. That's a great individual story.
121 is like a nice romance thing, and then you flip it over to 122, and it's like, that's the other extreme.
These two are crossover issues with the JSA, and Carrie Bates and L8S Magan put themselves in the story.
Oh, yes, I have this
Yes,
issue.
you have that.
Mine is so beat. My
You
124.
didn't even know the number of it. Yeah, you couldn't even tell the number.
Yeah, it's
Great girl
missing.
cover. Great
It's
story.
missing that section of it. I think this might have been the first Justice League that I ever. This is the earliest one I ever remember having. I'm pretty sure this is the first issue of Justice League I got because I just, like I said, digging through boxes of old comics at like antique stores, and I saw that cover and I was like,
Now,
what?
some of these are
Wow.
the original books that I had at this point. Some of them I had upgraded, but this is we're getting to the point where all these are ones I pulled off the shelves.
Yeah,
I haven't upgraded.
that one there. That I love that one.
So even though I
Yeah, it's
started at 111, some of them I did upgrade.
Yeah.
But
oh, that's a cool.
I can't tell you for sure. But this has got a little bit of stuff on it, so it's probably one of the originals I had. But got to.
Oh, I like how they even got his head at the top there.
Yep.
Oh, one punch.
One punch. See, predates it, and they're happy about it.
Yeah.
So Wonder Woman is back now, and she's back in the league.
I like how they have elongated man.
Yeah, like already shot.
There was a one punch before Batman and Guy Gardner.
We all know this is bogus because GL would take it.
Oh, that's a cool.
We know.
That's a cool cover.
Yeah,
We know what's going on here. We know real deal.
Alrighty. Those are 129 and 130. Sal's getting ready to show you.
Nice.
And those are ones that now, so pretty much everything here is what I pulled off the rack and I kept.
And you were taking good care of them too.
Yeah, this is probably 1976, I believe.
Oh, another good
Clash
Clash cover.
Yep.
I'm not talking about Rock the Casbah.
Rock the Casbah.
That's gonna be stuck in your head now.
Yeah, it is.
It's not a bad song.
Yeah,
By order.
you're gonna have a song.
Is
Have a song stuck in your head.
Is it Rock the Casbah or Rock the Cash Bar?
Whoa, there you go. That's
You know what that line in it? By
Order of the Prophet.
or the where he says told the boogeyman to let that raga drop is because when they were in there recording it, the producer told Joe Strummer because he was kept singing writing so many lyrics. He's like, just let that raga drop and just go, and that's why he put that line in there.
So Despero still has the.
he's still side fin, or he's still he's not Mohawk. Fin
He's
yet.
not Mohawk fin yet.
Yeah, he's sideburn fin, I guess if you call that.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Shazam Squadron of Justice.
So now
Pinky.
Now what we're doing is now we're in the Shazam heroes, the heroes that they got from Fawcett.
Yeah.
In these crossovers. So.
Bullet Girl.
That
Man.
was a great. That's a great.
That is a great cover.
That's a. Oh, it's a Ibis. I thought it's
King
an.
Cole.
Well, it's an IRS.
Ibis.
I say Superman's got a little better aim with his fist than Captain Marvel does.
That's an awesome cover.
So you're saying there. Superman's better at fist?
Oh,
that's one of my favorite covers. And that's maybe my favorite logo.
That is a classic cover.
And I've got it up there.
Yep.
Yeah, and then Neil Adams 138. That's a 2-part story that finished here. Now we go to 50 cents. Now we're jumping to 50 cents, and we're giving you extra content. But none of it's reprint.
Yeah, that's a cool cover.
None of it's reprint. It's all new stories.
All new novels.
I agree with you on the logo.
And that I think that's the greatest Shield logo there ever was.
And that's such an iconic cover too.
Yeah, it is. It is great. My only regret in this is Aquaman was a part of the story and didn't appear on the cover.
Yeah,
that's only my regret. Because you'll see him on this one.
2 all new novels, 13 superheroes, 5 master villains.
Ooh, this is Buckler.
Ooh, that's a good one.
So at this point, Dick Dillon is still doing the art. He's still plugging away and doing all the interiors, even though he's not usually doing the covers. Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, isn't that neat?
Love the Manhunters. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, what escapes the
Actually,
Manhunters?
Dillon did this,
This one, I was going to say, this one's a Dick Dillon
Yeah,
cover.
this is a Dillon. Yeah, so he's doing
This
some
one
of
is too, yeah.
For him drawing all these characters that he did on here, Dillon did a great job. But yeah, see, all these are me.
Yeah.
So I'm keeping these in pretty.
Yes, you are.
These are all. I think almost
Original owner. You're the original owner.
Original owner, and I bet all these are pretty much 9s now.
Yeah.
And as we go further, they'll even be above that. So I always like that cover.
Wonder Woman
cool.
giving him the business.
Yeah.
Count Crystal Triumphs.
Go back.
And on the back side is where they
that's
tweak
cool.
the origin of the JLA. Yeah, that is cool. Where Green Arrow's going, wait a minute, these dates don't add up.
Yeah.
So, and there was a little bit of a story where they had met before their official origin. So now we're teaming up with the Legion now with our JLC.
Nice.
That's more Drew. So
with the heads with the X's through it kind of reminds me of the X-Men 141, 142 with the poster board in the background.
Yep.
Deceased.
Yeah. I got it.
Yeah, I like that with Red Tornado. Like everything's just popping out of his head.
Yeah. So now what Sal's showing you now is a JLA, JSA, and Legion of Superheroes team up.
Yep.
So and they were usually, like I said, 2 issues.
The key comes back.
Yep. Haven't seen the key in a while.
The Peacemaker-like helmet.
Is it another key for the key?
Yeah.
Another key for the key.
I always loved that cover.
This is cool. Like each character gets their own color in the spectrum.
Yep.
It's not a bad looking Wonder Woman either.
It's a bondage cover.
Yeah.
He doesn't like that.
I heard that's not a bad looking Wonder Woman either. Sal snaps his head over.
Yeah. Whiplash.
Oh, you guys. You guys.
We're consistent.
I know.
Ultra.
They're not wrong, though.
Not wrong.
They're not wrong, though. I do like the spectrum of them.
I do too.
That's
Isn't that
pretty,
neat?
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I always liked it. And
Who did the cover again for this?
this is Buckler, I think.
Buckler? Okay.
I believe that's a Buckler. Yeah.
Yeah, these are what Buckler's doing.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost the. Was only a one-time deal with that shield being red, white, and blue like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
They
I
should-
mean,
they should bring
we're
that
still
back.
using the shield, but that was the only time the shield has been just quite like that.
Yeah.
And I wonder who was, if that was Adams doing that or,
Yeah.
because usually that's a production thing that I don't know that necessarily the artist does.
Yeah, I think that's probably just, when they're pasting all the stuff on the cover.
Yeah.
They're probably told, like,
I always
all right,
thought this was cool. This is a Kaluta.
Mhm.
So that's
Yeah.
Kaluta.
Okay.
So I always thought that was a cool cover.
Yeah.
And that's Dr. Destiny.
Dr. Destiny.
This is Abel or Stanton, who I didn't like. Yeah, Stanton. Go see him. Not my favorite. It's Ultra again.
Got a lot of glare on this one.
Man,
Hey,
Flash
that's a
look.
white cover.
This one here for 158, like they all look surprised except for Flash, who just looks absolutely pissed.
Love this cover.
That's a good one.
So now the JLA, JSA teammates going the heroes of the past.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool one.
Yeah.
I think both of these
Yeah.
are, but yeah.
So we really like the first cover there, Sal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
a good
the
one.
old Zatanna costume.
Is that Jonah Hex on that cover?
That is
Yeah.
Jonah Hex.
I think he's going to be a
Comic character of the week,
comic
son.
character of the week soon.
Yep. Viking Prince is
Little
on there. Jonah
shameless
Hex.
plug.
Listen, the hammer or the enemy ace.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's nice.
that's a great cover.
Mm-hmm.
And again, these books are all pretty high grade.
Yeah, they
They're
are.
pretty, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
They're pretty. That's what Damien says is pretty cool. Seem like see the consistency.
Yeah.
When I started that they're all just.
So, what bags and boards you use again?
These are on the Gerbers. The
Yeah.
Gerber bags and boards to make them pop, make them shine, make them give too much glare.
Yeah, I know. I'm fighting with the glare.
I
on
know.
it.
But
now 40 cents.
now they're 40 cents.
Like they're really calling attention to the fact that it's costing you more money.
No, it's
My
costing-
God, how great would it be to go to the shop every week?
No, it's costing you less.
Oh.
Because they were 50.
Oh yeah.
And they took out some content.
Uh,
And now it's 40. So that's the thing. We're going to give you more content. You're going to jack the price, but then when we take that content away from you, the 40 cents will be more than 35 cents you were
Yeah.
getting before.
it's
It's
like
all
how they do
game.
gas prices now.
Yeah, it's all a game. It's all a game.
Now, how happy would you be to go to the shop every week and all the new books cost 40 cents?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, Sal already buys about 15 copies of
Well,
each Venom that comes out.
we
He'd
know
already be able to buy 30 or 40.
Well, it's amazing when I go and I buy some of these issues from the 70s and I pay $4 for a book from the 70s, which
Yeah.
is what a new book costs.
Yeah.
That blows my mind sometimes.
Oh, that's a really cool cover.
Yeah, I like that cover too.
That's nice.
I like that. Well, that's a Coletta. That's Vince Coletta on that one.
Don't listen to him. He's got a trick up his sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great cover.
That is a great cover, isn't it? That's Dylan. Yeah, that's Dylan Giordano. Dylan was underrated. That's good stuff, right?
Yeah. I mean, this is my favorite era of the Justice League, the satellite years, when it was the big team that would have like a dozen members, and they would have the satellite, and they would always have kind of ancillary members coming in and out too.
Yeah.
Oh, this is I have this one too.
You know who dies? And
Yeah,
who
yeah,
kills
that's
him,
a classic. Yeah.
You know who kills him?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I remember.
Isn't that what you think? Isn't that fun?
That's a great cover.
And that's Dick Dillon, who was still, like I said, I believe he was very underrated and not talked about enough.
I don't
And
think
he did the league for 12 years, and he was doing World's Finest too.
But they didn't reveal who it was until this issue.
Yeah.
That 170. I was telling him I got that issue. That's a good issue. Where do you know, Sal, which character it was that died in that?
No, I do not.
It was Dr. Midnight.
Dr. Midnight. Okay.
It was Mr. Terrific.
Or Mr. Terrific, you're right. And then it was
I thought you were trying to fake him out.
I know.
no, you're right. It's Mr. Terrific. And then the issue after that was when they revealed that it was Jay Garrick that was the one that killed him.
Yep.
Because the only ones that were on the satellite were the JLA and JSA.
The mist over.
And he had taken over Jay Garrick.
Yeah. And the reason I'm doing the back and forth is these Gerber bags are more expensive.
Yeah.
And boards are more expensive. And front to back on these is okay. That's the
great.
Jive Turkey one.
This Jive Turkey one?
That's the Jive Turkey one. Yep. Yep.
Get it.
Metamorpho was the first one to say no, but He didn't say no like he
didn't
he didn't
say
do it like
it-
Black Lightning said it.
He didn't say it in quite the style that
I was
Black
gonna
Lightning
say,
had.
Yeah.
He didn't
Quite
say
the panache.
he didn't say no in style.
Yeah.
Like Black Lightning.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's a neat cover.
We're definitely in mid-70s for that.
Yep. We're getting toward the late 70s here.
Yeah.
I love that cover.
That is cool. I look at it just as someone that, draws myself too. I always look at these covers and think, like, how long would it take to draw this?
Yeah, so cool.
Oh, that's a good one.
Jim
too.
Starlin.
The
Despero
detail on Despero's head. Yeah, that's fantastic. Oh,
Look
and on
Manhunter's brow. Look at that brow.
Yeah.
Now, so you see Manhunter again. Firestorm is introduced till the next issue. So Firestorm did not have but very limited contact with the Manhunter. So he never would have met him.
Like I said, my only thing was for reading JLA 200. I was
That
like,
what you
this
think?
guy's,
Yeah, I love it. That's good stuff.
And we're
remember
we're reprising the chess game
yeah.
Yeah.
of JLA 1.
Yeah.
All right. This is also a Starlin.
Yeah, and this was after, Firestorm's first series came and went with 5 issues, and they're like, well, we're going to put him in the JLA. We're going to make sure, that people care about this guy.
All right.
And you got a vouching vote from Superman. Anybody disagrees with him, you got to take it up with Soups.
Yeah, see, now we're starting to get a lot of issues that I actually have too. So I'm like, oh yeah, I see this cover. I recognize that.
So the second one Sal's going to show, I believe, is the last issue that Dick Dillon did, and then he died unexpectedly. So Perez comes in and takes over. And it's always been a dream of his to do JLA.
So let me do a comparison between Perez and Dick Dillon.
Well, Dillon didn't do that
It's on
cover.
the cover,
Dillon
so.
wasn't doing those covers at this point.
Okay. He was only doing the interiors?
He was right. He was just doing the interiors and had been for a long time. But
Well, yeah, 50 cents an issue now. Let me see. That's that 184 is a really cool cover.
okay, here's a Dillon. You can compare a Dillon with a Perez. Yeah. And he came and Perez came in time to do this JLA JSA crossover.
Yes.
All right, so let me show the folks this first one.
Yeah. So that's
So
Perez.
let's show this one up.
Well, let me see.
What is that? I
No,
don't know if
that's
Perez cover.
Starlin on the front.
That's Starlin
Perez
on
is
the
the
Yeah,
back.
these
Perez is
are
the back.
Starlin.
Perez is the
Here,
back.
this is a Perez cover
Yeah.
right here.
As is
Okay.
that.
Oh, that one is
Alright,
okay.
Well, let me
that
at
was
least,
Perez.
if you're done with that one,
Yeah.
I want to do a comparison because I want to see
That front cover is really cool too. That Starlin one.
Yep. I need something a little more of the faces and stuff like that because it just, I don't know. To me, it's very close. To me, that's me. Let me just show you this really quick. And then this one right here. And this is
That's Dillon on the back.
this
Yeah.
is Dylan on the side. This side right here.
Right. That's Dillon. Yeah.
This is Dylan again, and we saw this earlier. It's quite, but I really honestly think his
Well, that
Perez's
was a
style
great,
work is close.
I think so too. And you know what? I wonder too that maybe Perez was trying to
Tribute to
draw
him.
as a
emulate,
tribute,
yeah.
maybe to draw a little bit like him.
Or who knows? I mean, editorial might have told him like, hey, he's
Well, that is very
he's been working on this book a long time. Don't deviate from it.
82. That is
Oh, that's also true. Yeah.
83, 84. And you know what? Perez was always a very, cool guy. Oh yeah, the Shaggy Man again. You showed that one. Right?
Yeah.
That 188. That's quite a provocative Black Canary pose there.
Now that is not Perez. I'm not sure who did that cover. I have to look closer.
This one is a really.
This is a classic cover. This is Boland.
Yeah.
So that one and the one behind it is a very famous.
Oh yeah, that one is.
Yep.
That's a great. I think I have that one too, actually.
So the Black Canary with
Those
her,
are great.
Oh, it says on it. Giordano. Yeah, he always drew a good one. And Andrew. Ross Andrew and Dick Giordano.
Return of the Starfish Conqueror, baby. He's back.
And the one of the back cover is even more spectacular.
That was a cool Zatanna costume. I don't like it as much as the classic, like the tux and the fishnet ones, but that's a good one. Oh, that's
So if you watch
That
That's
is Perez. That is great.
that's
That's a
fantastic.
great story too.
if you watch the animated show for the Super Sons, where they have the Starro attacks, it's
Yeah.
very much like this with the starfish on the head like that. They draw the characters very close to this, so that's a nice tribute to that.
Now, one thing I ask Gary, maybe I've seen this a lot on the covers. It's not the artist signature, but I'm seeing this in the corners of a lot of these, just like C584.
You know what?
C598. Do you know what those are for?
I don't know what kind of identifiers those are. be honest with you. I do not
Like, I don't know if maybe that's something that they had as a way to file the artwork at DC. I'm not sure.
I would think that's an internal one. What a great bowling.
I was gonna say that Red Tornado Perez cover is
That is a great
awesome.
story too. Perez is doing the interiors at this point, and that's what they tied to with the tornado tile.
yeah.
So now,
That's a cool cover.
yeah, that's Perez again. Yeah. So, but
Perez is just awesome.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, now we're getting into the 3 issues that I
Perez.
love.
Perez would be my favorite JLA artist and my favorite Avengers artist. You know, if we ever do that for Comic Character of the Week, we'll find out.
Yeah.
You know?
Now these 3 issues, I know I said that other one was like the first. I think the first issue of Justice League. I got these ones. These next 3 followed right after it. I loved this storyline growing up. I read it so much.
Yeah.
It had this first issue had a little JLA JSA poster in it that I like pulled out and put up on my wall, which I have since bought another copy of it. So it's complete.
And the back with the Ultra Humanite.
Yes.
Is such a great cover.
But this one, is
He's such an underused villain too.
Isn't he great though?
Yeah.
Big monkeys.
Yeah.
I've got an Ultra Humanite figure over there
No,
somewhere. Yeah.
You've got every figure over there. Let's just put it that way. All right.
So far, I've had all the figures for Comic Character of the Week.
But yeah, this
I've done.
one, that one, that's a great cover. That
Yeah.
3-part storyline where it was the Justice Society villains fight the JLA and the Justice League villains fight the JSA, and just I loved that story growing up. I read it and reread it so many times.
All right.
Yep. Now we're
$199
anniversary
and $200.
issue.
And 200 for my money is the greatest anniversary issue of any comic ever. They used to really celebrate when
Hit a milestone.
When you get that 100 milestone, whatever 100 it was,
And it's more and more rare to get that now since they keep canceling and restarting books.
The all-star jam of artists that worked on this were amazing.
Oh, it was.
Yeah. Just a great book. Sal, I recommend reading that if you ever get a chance.
Yep.
JLA 200.
Ultra is back. Seem to use a lot of Ultra. He's another character that's faded into obscurity.
Perez.
I mean, that's why Perez was the only choice to draw. Yep, that's a great card. I got that one.
Yeah,
too.
JLA Avengers.
Yeah, that was he was the only choice to draw that. I mean,
That's my favorite superhero comic of all time. Is JLA Avengers.
Yeah.
That is
That wasn't.
without my that and my other favorite comic is Preacher, the whole set. But those two totally different things. You can't really compare them. But
I need some Oxy.
yeah, don't Ebenezer Wrath and Gas.
Cockrum cover. Nice.
Yeah. God, these are so good. So much going on with Perez.
But you see what I was saying, Sal? Like you see in like the lower left corner, just like that identifier C940s.
Yep.
Oh, that's a cool one.
I don't know. I honestly think that's an
The
identifier.
expressions, he did all the expressions, and they kind
Yeah.
of change on each one, where they're kind of fun.
Yeah.
And so this is JLA, JSA, and All Squadron.
See, I've got this one and this one, but I'm missing that
Yeah,
one.
with Aquaman, they can time across the water, quick running.
So on the original Bristol boards that they were drawing on before it went to printing, weren't some of those numbers like on the sides of those pages?
Yeah, I'm sure they were. They were identifiers of some
Yeah,
some sort.
well, I was
And
going
then
to
they
say
got printed,
they're handwritten in there. They're not printed on the Bristol board.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just why I was wondering, like, what it's some kind of identifier for
the jaws dropping.
for maybe for maybe filing the artwork away or something.
And the faces, Perez did new faces on each cover.
Yeah.
If you look at the front and the back, like some of them, the jaws are dropping more, and it's just, look at the face and the nuclear explosion.
Yep, that's true.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And this was a great
JSA.
JSA.
That 210 cover is really good.
Yeah.
The world is mine.
There's Buckler again.
And I noticed it's like we're going in cycles too. Like there was for a long time no word balloons on the covers. Then it was a ton of word balloons on it. Now we've gotten back to there's very rare. Very rarely word
with
balloons.
what Perez was drawing.
You don't want to.
You can't. It's too busy.
Yeah.
I mean this.
And he's drawing 50
in a good
characters.
in a good way.
Yeah.
Like this one, the 212.
Yeah.
You won't want to cover any of that up.
How good that is.
All right.
That's beautiful. Like I love the face.
And
on
why
it.
is this guy the most important guy in the universe?
Because he said so.
Because he said so.
Oh, that's really good too.
Yeah, that's great. And again, what do we think of the grades on all these? These ain't just nines. These are 9+++. Right?
Yeah, these are 9 pluses. Let me just tell you. Yeah.
These are high nines.
These are high
Oh,
nines.
that's a great cover too.
Yeah. Yeah, these are high nines.
Who's that? I don't recognize it.
Somebody in the microcosmos.
Okay.
Yeah, so character in there. This may be the greatest JLA cover ever.
That's a beautiful one.
Yeah. He did a later one where he put like Green Lantern and Batman
Yeah.
in and whoever wasn't in on this one. Flash maybe. So yeah, so you have 17, right? 217?
Yeah, I've got that. Sal's got it. That's the one you gave him, right?
I think so.
Yeah. This one you gave me.
That's one of the greatest.
Yep.
For my money, that may be the greatest JLA cover ever. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, this was the time period that I liked the most, the satellite years, because you had all the big gun characters in it, but then you also had characters like Firestorm and Zatanna and Adam, like that didn't have their own books. Elongated Man,
Green Arrow. Yeah.
Oh, this is another great JLA JSA crossover.
Yeah,
that's a great cover.
This is the one where we get into the Black Canary situation.
Yeah,
that's the daughter of the original. This one, this 3-part series, Deadlier Than That. These were great issues. Chuck Patton's doing the art now, but these 3 with the Beastmen in it were just really good. I really like that story.
Yeah, that's cool.
And it culminated with this one.
That's a cool cover.
Yeah, so now we're not going to see any more Perez covers.
I like how the Snake and Elongated Man are like wrapping each other. Yeah.
So these are great. 222, 223, 224.
There's another classic one.
Were great. Good stories.
Yeah, these Gerber bags are causing a lot of glare.
221.
But they make those books pop.
Yeah, they do.
That 220.
I know. You lose a little bit when you're trying to show them, but in person.
That 224 is a nice homage cover too.
Yeah. Yep. I've been done how many times where they're trashing the costume.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, this doesn't have any, this is what? Red Tornado, Elongated Man, Adam, Hawkman. There's no Superman, Wonder Woman on the cover of that one. Oh, that's great. Martian Manhunter's back. Whop! That was close when we did the Martian Manhunter episode. That was close to making one of my top covers.
That's
Oh, yeah?
That's a good cover.
Oh, yeah.
So this is part of a space war thing that ended up changing the league.
This one too.
In one of the annuals that we've already shown is where Aquaman formed the Detroit League.
And this was a great Manhunter cover. And because this was from before when they before they made him the last Martian.
Yeah.
So he was fighting, it was the Martians were all still around.
And these covers all connected.
Oh yeah.
Zatanna was changing up her outfit there a little bit.
Yep. So here we go, the JLA JSA crossover, and then I think that was the last JLA.
Dad
JSA
is out of
crossover.
control. Something my daughter says to me all the time.
Yeah, so that's the last JLA JSA crossover because they went in a different route, and now this is the Justice League Detroit that Aquaman was leading. So as an original member, the other
they made the coloring on this so dark you can't even tell the detail in the art. You got Rob Spittle's favorite character.
The Justice League Detroit, Aquaman disbanded the league as the only original member at the time. He was allowed to do that, and he reformed it as Justice League Detroit. And they were in a bunker in Detroit.
Yeah, because it was
that's Vixen. Yeah, it's Vixen. I was gonna say.
Yeah, this Vixen.
Yeah, because it was him and Zatanna and Martian Manhunter. I think Elongated
Man. Yeah.
And then here's a bunch of new characters.
Vibe, Vixen, Gypsy, and Steel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always like that cover.
That is a cool one.
Haven't seen Batman on a cover for a while.
Oh, Adam West Show's long been gone at this point.
Yeah, I know.
Vixen confronts the Ox.
All right. And we're at issue 240 when it shows you the back side there. So it only went 261. So we're almost at the end, people. It's been a long slog. Thanks for hanging in there with us.
That's a great one. That's a great cover.
That's a great cover. Yeah.
Yeah, that 242. That's
And if you haven't had a chance, click like and subscribe to the Codex Station, folks.
Please do. Where can you see every issue of the Justice League of America in one sitting?
Only here.
Only here, baby.
Only here. And only if you get the personal invite from Uncle Gary himself.
That's right.
featuring the JSA and Infinity.
It's like
Inc.
that.
That was nice. I like that one.
Yeah. Chuck Patton did that. All right, so now things start to get a little rough for our team here.
Yeah.
Let's see. No,
Eviction notice.
Yeah.
Ruh-roh.
not
I've
yet.
always been a fan of Mirror, but
Me too.
what's it? Archer did a really good cover of her in the modern book, but it was really nice.
Yeah, she had her own miniseries.
Yeah.
I think it was one of those.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So again, this is the Justice League Detroit, and then Aquaman is gone now. Manhunter is leading.
Oh, I like that 248.
That's
awesome
going to be a
cover.
question. Why is Aquaman in Detroit? Oh, well, near that water.
well,
Looks like
it's near the Great Lakes.
near the
They
Great
got
Lakes.
Yeah.
Can we fight this over by the lake,
Yeah,
guys?
you get by the
That 248 on the back one, that cover is great.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's a hardcover there.
Mm-hmm.
that is a great cover. John Jones, Manhunter for Hire.
Yeah, tell me that's not a good hardcover.
That is a great.
And the
hardcover.
back of it's a really good one too.
All right.
Changes. Somebody got his headgear changed.
Yeah, that is a good
He
cover
spin
too.
his mohawk.
Yeah, he looks like he hit the gym too.
Yeah. He got
Maybe he
bulked
was
up.
maybe he
Yeah,
was
which-
doing
which-
some of those push-ups.
Yeah,
like-
he's doing those push-ups. That's exactly right. So Despero
There we
did so
go.
many push-ups, he got so jacked that his spin went
Changed.
to a mohawk.
Went to a mohawk,
Went
folks.
to a mohawk.
Right there. Actually, you can probably see a little bit better in this issue.
Oh, that one's cool.
You know what I've noticed? They didn't really recycle villains too much. I mean, you would see the same villain maybe every 20 to 30 issues,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like, oh, we're fighting this guy again. Oh, we're fighting this
Yeah,
guy
it's
again.
like there's the Royal
you know?
Flush Gang, and then you don't see the Royal Flush
Flush
Gang
Gang
again
for
for it seems faster for us because we're going through all the issues, but in real
Yeah.
time it would have been a couple years.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think that's good because I don't
It
think
is.
it's
Yeah.
because it never made the book stale, you know?
Well, you know what's harder with a team like this, as powerful as the Justice League is, or
Right. You got to have the big
Avengers.
threats.
You've got to have, you've got to pretty much have a team of villains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That are so. Now we're starting the end.
Now we're getting towards the end. Yeah.
So this started where they.
That's a strong cover right there.
That is a
That's-
good-
it's a powerful cover from the with him and the Flames.
Mhm.
You know, and his background history with that, and it's a powerful cover.
I agree. That is a great cover.
And this is where DeMatteis started taking over the run, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
told him like get rid of the league, and he wrote that first issue under a pseudonym because he didn't think that he would be doing it long. And they were like, "What are you doing? Stop it!" But he said, when I interviewed him, which you could check out on the CODEX podcast station.
Yes, he did.
He said, it was his dream to write the JLA, and then he got the Justice League book assignment. And he's like, this isn't the Justice League I know. Yeah.
So, folks, head over to thecodexstation.com.
And that's it. That's the last
If you
one.
head there, you can see all our socials there, and you can see links to all our videos on YouTube.
And he killed 2 of the 4 members that they had brought in, the new members they created.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Vibe
Vibe
and
and
Steel.
Steel.
Yeah.
Got wiped out.
Which is funny because of those 4 new members, Steel would have been the hardest one to kill.
Yeah.
And then you get the last issue, which I'm sorry, this is not a great cover for the last issue of the Justice League. It's Vixen and like 4 random topless men.
I know it'd been much better been 4
I
random
do like
topless
I do like the title though.
Yeah.
I mean, the title looks cool, but you
Yeah.
think like for the last issue of the epic book that's the Justice League of America,
Yep.
You should have a bigger send off than that.
Yeah.
So this was it, Volume 1, ladies and gentlemen. Complete
Justice-
Volume 1 of the
Justice-
JLA.
Yep.
Now I do have every iteration of every Justice League, every issue, so I do have that. But there's nothing that's as special as Volume 1.
You never forget your first.
You never forget your first
Never forget your first.
261 issues.
Oh, Gary, thank you for allowing us into
Absolutely.
this museum.
Thank you.
and
Thank you for
Checking out your
celebrating my
stuff.
50th
Oh
anniversary
yes,
collecting
yes.
with the first series I ever completed, thanks to this beautiful book here, Justice League of America, 111.
well loved book.
Well loved. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. If you hung in there the whole time, gold star to you.
Yes. And like I said before, check us out on YouTube at the CODEX Station, or head on over to the codexstation.com. Check out what? All our
socials?
Yes.
Because at the CODEX Station, we have all the socials, and we would like nothing more than to give them to you.
That's right. All right, folks, take care, and we'll see you guys in the next one.